Hey everyone, thanks for joining today's daily Hexakai puzzle playthrough. In this video, we'll be playing through the Hexakai daily puzzle from November 10th, 2024, a board of size 9 rated at medium difficulty. Before we start, if you want to try this puzzle for yourself, I do have a link in the description, and you can also access it through the daily puzzles panel on the Hexakai Android and iOS apps, or you can just go directly to hexakai.com and play the puzzle from there. So jumping into the puzzle, let's zoom out and see what we have to work here. I see some clustering towards the edges of the board, some open spaces in the center. Shouldn't be too much of a problem for us. As usual, I'll start by identifying diagonals that only have a few cells missing. There's a few possibilities here. I'm going to start with this one here. It only has 3 missing, so let's see what's missing here. 5, 7, 8. I'll go ahead and mark things in with a pencil as we need to. 5, 7, 8. This one can just be 5 or 8. 5, 7. This one has to be 8. I should be able to go back. Yep, there we go. This one's definitely a 5 because 5 and 8 were the only options there before, making this one definitely a 7. Okay, we got one of the diagonals done right off the bat, which is always a nice thing to have. I'll start with this diagonal next. There's only 3 missing now that we've filled in the 8. 1, 2, 7. This is going to be a 1 or a 2. 1, 2, 7. This one has to be a 7. There's a 1 there, making this one definitely a 2. Making this one definitely a 1. Knocked out another one. Let's see how many more we can knock out before we have to try any of the more advanced strategies. By the way, I did just publish an article on the Hexakai website, which you can also view in the app, outlining the strategies for Hexakai that I've developed over my time of developing and playing the game subsequently. So I highly encourage you to check it out. There's a lot of stuff there for beginners, intermediate, and advanced players, strategies that can be applied towards boards of all sizes and difficulties. Continuing with the puzzle, we'll do the same approach, knock out diagonals with only a few cells remaining, such as this one here. 2, 3, 8 are missing. 2, it's going to be a 3 or an 8. 8. This is going to be a 2 or a 3. This is going to be a 2 or an 8. Again, nothing we can do there at the moment. We'll come back to that. Actually, just notice this one only has 2 missing, so that's a good one to proceed with now. 1 and 5. There's a 1 there, making this one a 5. Making this one definitely a 1. Center row actually only has 2 missing as well now, so we'll proceed with that. 3 and 5 again. There's a 5 there, so that's... Sorry, not 5. 3 and 7. I have to be careful with that. I would have just marked that as a 3 when... Actually, this one has to be a 3 because of the 7 there. So that one's a 3. This one is definitely a 7. We can knock out this one next, only 3 remaining. 2, 3, and 4 are missing. 2, 3, and 4. There's a 3 there. This is going to be a 2 or a 4. 2 here. This can also be a 3 or a 4. 2, 3, and 4. Let's see what we have here. 4. This is going to be a 2 or a 3. So nothing there we can do definitely at the moment. As we eliminate some of the other cell possibilities, then we can come back, undo some pencil markings, and then make some definite assignments. But for now, we'll proceed with this one. Only 2 remaining. 1 and 8. So there's a 1 there. This one has to be an 8, definitely, for that reason. Make this one here a 1. And we'll cut off the intersecting diagonal there. 4 and 8. There's an 8 there, making this one a 4. Making this one an 8. And look here, now that we've put the 4 in there, this one definitely can't be a 4 anymore, so it has to be a 2. Meaning that one can't be a 2, so it has to be a 3. And now this one can't be a 3, so it has to be a 4. So that one assignment, we were able to knock out that entire diagonal. It's always nice when that ends up happening. I'll go ahead and do this one next. We already have 8 and 3 penciled in there, so the same applies to here. This one can't be a 3, so it has to be an 8, which means this one has to be a 3. And now we can do the same thing here. This one has to be a 2 because 3 is off the table. Now 2 is off the table, so this one has to be an 8. Oops, let's make sure I got that penciled in. There we go. Alright, we got a lot of the board knocked out already just from that. Let's proceed. I'll take care of this one next. 1, 2, and 5 are missing. So there's a 1 and a 5 there. Is 2. There's a 5 there, making this one a 1. Making this last one here certainly a 5. Next, we'll do this one here. A lot of them are only going to have 2 and 3 remaining for the rest of the game. 2 and 5. So there's a 2 there, so this one has to be a 5. This one has to be a 2. There's always a point of critical mass in these games. Once you reach that critical mass, everything else just kind of falls into place. For smaller boards and lower difficulty levels, you almost start at critical mass, but I feel like we kind of crossed into the critical mass threshold a few turns back when things started falling into place. So we're definitely there now. We just have to fill in a few remaining things, and then we'll be able to hit that submit button here. I'll take care of this one next. 5, 6, and 8. 8 and a 6 in that row, making this one a 5. There's an 8 there, making this one a 6. Making this one here definitely an 8. And there's enough on the board. I'll just knock these out separately as 3. I could go this way, do 2, 2, and 2, but that'll be faster to do 3 and 3 at this rate. 3, 4, 7. There's a 4 and a 7, making that one a 3. There's a 7 there, making this one a 4. Making this one a 7. And last but not least, we'll knock that one out. 3, 4, 6. 3, 4, making that one a 6. 4 there, so that has to be a 3. Making this one a 4. Let's zoom out, make sure we got everything. Everything looks good. I'll hit submit, see if we got the right answer. Nice, there we have it. Definitely a fun playthrough. We were able to solve that relatively quickly. If you made it to the end, I hope you enjoyed the playthrough, and if you did, please be sure to check out the apps. Everything is linked in the description, and I do have the Hexakai book if you want to check that out as well, if you like the paper and pencil format. But for now, thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time.